Good morning. We have looked at the virtues of faith and hope, and now we're going to get to the capstone virtue of love according to the New Testament. And I want to begin with a verse in Colossians chapter 3, verse 14. Now, verses 12 and 13 give us a couple of different one another's, things like bearing with one another and forgiving one another. It talks about as God's chosen ones, what kinds of conduct ought to come out relationally. And in verse 14 it says, "And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony." Well, I want to think about how love binds everything together in perfect harmony. So first, let's just define love as we begin to talk about it. Love is when we are operating or acting in another's best interests. Again, it's when we're operating or acting in another's best interest. So I'm most loving not when I do what somebody necessarily wants me to do. I'm most loving not when I do what I want to do, not actualizing my agenda in their life or even helping them actualize their agenda. It's when I function in a way that is operating in their ultimate best interest. Well, it begs a question. Who gets to define their best interest? Well, the Bible defines their best interest. Conformity to Christ, reflecting the image of God, living in the gospel. In that way, that life of a disciple, anything that presses someone forward in that and contributes to them becoming more like Jesus, well, that's a loving thing. Well, here's what that means. That means that kindness is a form of love. It means that forgiveness is a form of love. It means that being devoted to someone is a form of love. It means that admonishing someone is a form of love. So things that make someone feel good might be loving. Things that make someone feel bad might still be loving. They're not defined necessarily by feelings, but they're defined by their end goal, and they're textured by a way of doing it that reflects Jesus. So I can't call something loving or loving another person well if my disposition is angry but my direction is right. I need both my disposition and my direction and doctrine. I need all that to be right to be able to love someone well. Well, this verse again. And above all these, put on love. So we need to put on love. We need to wear love like a garment. It needs to be that which identifies us. And it says, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Well, it binds it together in harmony because it brings together the things of my life, the things of your life. It brings us together even corporately in a way where we're on the same page pursuing Christ. We're then doing corporately what is in each other's best interests. This is how we love one another well in community. It's that we're pressing to the same goal with a Christ-honoring disposition, saying the right things about Him and about the world and about ourselves that cohere with God's revelation. So I just want to cement in your thoughts that love is not this sort of romantic notion per se. Love is the kind of thing that is operating or functioning in another's best interest. And it includes doing that in a way that reflects the character of Christ. And when we do that, we, as a body of believers, bind everything in perfect harmony because we're all singing the same tune to the same end, which is the glory of God. Have a wonderful day.